Hi guys, John here, Common Sense Outdoors. So we're going to do the glue test. I'm actually going to test 4 different glues. Obviously the pitch glue and the hide glue that we made. We're going to test it against actual Fletch type arrow fletching glue. And we're going to test just cheapy super glue. These are in a 4-pack. If I recall, Walmart has them for $1.27, I think. So I have 2 fletching jigs here because they're three fletching fletchers, so I need a 4th fletching to do 4 glues. This is a Martin fletching jig, a little bit more complex, more pieces. I believe this is an Arizona Easy Fletcher. A little easier to work with. I've taken, oops, why do I always drop some on the floor every time the camera's on? I've taken, I'm going to use all white fletchings just because they're not going to stay on the arrow permanently, and I wrote on them so I know which glues are which on the fletchings after we're done with it. This is probably going to be, well, there's a couple different tests I want to do with dry time on the glue. I'm probably going to do a 3-parter out of this, so hopefully everything goes as planned. I already have the hide glue and the pitch glue warmed up right here. Let me turn the camera down a little bit. I put a piece of tape on my put a piece of tape on my burner so that it'll stay where it's supposed to. The hide glue, once you got it overheat and warmed up, and it turns into the liquid. You see, that's just all liquid. Ooh. It takes a while for it to set up and requires less heat to stay in that form than the pitch glue. So I have the pitch glue underneath where it's catching a little more of the heat. So let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to put the pitch glue on last because I think it will set up faster. The super glue is going to be in the other jig. So we'll do the Fletch type first. Now with this stuff, all I'm going to do is put a nice even bead down it. Doesn't take much. And then I always rub my finger across it one time. And then we'll just set that. I'm not going to take any consideration of how my arrow is being fletched according to the knock, because it's not going to matter for this test. Then we're going to do the hide glue. Oh, another thing I'm doing here, let me show you. I'm just taking a toothpick, clipping off the point, then taking the pliers, put the toothpick in there, give it a squeeze. And that gives me a little bit of a paintbrush. That's how I'm going to put on the hide glue and the pitch glue. So hide glue, I'm going to do the same thing on that. Rub my finger. Actually, I need a little bit more on it right there. Actually, I'm not going to rub my finger on it because I'm spreading it with the toothpick. Okay, we're going to put that in the next slot. And then the pitch glue. Oops, that was the same toothpick. We don't want any of the hide glue on there. It's probably going to be the hardest. Trying to hold it by the heat while I do it too, because like I say, I think this is going to set up really fast. That ain't working right there. Since we're done with this, let me get that out of my way. Alright, we're going to call that good enough. I'm afraid it's going to dry on me too fast. That goes in the last slot. Take our arrow and put it in. Slide it into the knock. And we just close that up. Slide that on the top. Hang it right there. And the last glue we're going to do is the super glue. It in there, bring the rubber band down. Okay, now that's for regular fletching glue. You're supposed to leave that in that jig for 5 minutes. Then when you take it out, you're supposed to wait 30 minutes before actually using the arrow. So I'm going to give it 10 minutes in the jig, just to be fair to the other three glues. And then another 30 minutes after that. So about 40 minutes. I'll pull those out of there. We'll test to see how well they held on. The other thing I'm going to do when I pull them out, get right here so I can make sure you can see this. Once I pull them out of the jig, I take and dab 1 drop on the back of the fletching and 1 drop on the front of the fletching. So I will do that for each kind of glue when I pull them out the jig in 10 minutes, and then I'll wait another 30 minutes and then we'll get on to part 2 of seeing how well these glues work to fletch an arrow. Alright guys, so check back in the next part and we'll see how they do. And then there's another test I want to do with them too. So I may have to refletch them all after we test the first test, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching.